Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning. It is October 17th. It is an absolutely gorgeous day.
Perfect morning.
Most people would say it's cold. After the summer we had, to me, it's just a little chilly.
I think so. And you know what? I welcome the change. It really does feel like fall out there. But it's that time of year where the morning it's sweater weather and in the afternoon you don't need the sweater whatsoever. Take a look outside at temperatures right now. Already warming up from our morning low of 47 degrees. We're already about 10 degrees warmer than that in San Antonio, but there's still a chill in the air. 56 degrees, 45 in Kerrville, 58 in Del Rio, 49 in Gonzales. As we look a little closer to the San Antonio metro area, some places in the hill country dipped down into the 30s this morning. It's 49 in Los Maples, 50 in Canyon Lake, 52 in Castroville. Today is all about that temperature swing. So our morning low was 47. This afternoon, we're going to be at 78 degrees. That's the forecast high. That is a 31-degree temperature swing, all because there's pretty dry air in place. And hey, the pollen count's back today. Ragweed is moderate. Molds, pigweed, and fall elm are all low. So things look okay in the pollen count other than the ragweed count. Let's go ahead and check in with the roads, though, with Traffic Authority Stephen Cavazos. How do the roads look, Stephen?
Hey, good morning, Sarah. Well, roads look a little better now. We got through a morning rush, but we do have problems out there still. Our TransGuide cameras are right now in rotation, so we can give you a look at what you can expect out there on the roads. I-10 at Probant, east and westbound lanes look fine. 37 at Houston, though, we still have a little bit of congestion out there as folks are making their way into the Alamo City along those northbound lanes. But be on the lookout. One of the areas that is now a problem spot is right here. Major crash at 410 westbound at Northwest Military Highway. A little bit of a backup taking place out there, but we're going to watch it closely. We still have some of the residual congestion lingering around on our map, so just pack some patience this morning and, of course, a good pair of sunglasses as well. I'll keep a close eye on things, but there's a look at some of the congestion I just mentioned along 410. I'll have another update for you if something else pops up in the newscast. David.
Thank you, Stephen. We've got some new information this morning. 2 San Antonio police officers had to use their guns to stop a man who they say had a gun of his own.
They shot and killed that man after they say he turned at them with a gun. It happened at Colima and Gus Garcia streets west of downtown.
Katrina Weber tells us this all started with a traffic stop.
According to Chief McManus, the officers pulled over the car just a few streets away from here, but he says the 2 men inside didn't stop. They got out and ran. He says one of them with a gun. This happened around 5 o'clock this morning, and the investigation had several streets in this neighborhood west of downtown shut down. Police say 2 men in the car they stopped took off, then ended up a couple of streets away on Gus Garcia near Colima. As officers chased after them, they say one man turned toward them with a gun in his hand. The 2 officers say they then pulled their own guns and fired. That man died here in the street. The officers, a 4- and 15-year veteran, were not hurt, and they are now on administrative duty. Now, Chief McManus says that this investigation is still going on, and he has not had a chance to review any body camera video just yet. Police also have not released any information on the man who was killed here. And the other man who they say was with him was taken into custody. Reporting from just west of downtown, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina, for that report. We'll continue to follow that story. Let's take a look at today's 9 at 9.
The U.S. House of Representatives Foreign Affairs Committee drafting legislation to authorize U.S. military force, quote, in the event it's necessary, as the war between Israel and Hamas escalates. President Joe Biden on his way to meet with Israeli officials tomorrow, including Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
GOP nominee Jim Jordan says he's taking his bid for House Speaker to the House floor this afternoon, even though he's still working to get enough votes to get the job. Jordan can only afford to lose 4 Republican votes in order to win. The U.S. House of Representatives has been without a speaker for 2 weeks now.
Former President Donald Trump has been placed under a gag order in his federal election interference case. The federal judge ruled the order will limit what Trump can say about the case, about potential witnesses, and about the prosecutor, Special Counsel Jack Smith. Trump says he'll appeal the gag order. In the meantime, if he violates the order, it'll be up to the judge to impose a penalty.
The Supreme Court justices issued a decision allowing the federal government to regulate ghost guns. It comes after a district court in Texas blocked the regulations as applied to 2 manufacturers after the court's original ruling in August. This latest ruling will only remain in effect while a legal challenge brought by manufacturers plays out in lower courts.
The price of the life-saving COVID-19 medication Paxlovid is likely to rise next year. The antiviral drug will move from being available free to everyone through government purchases to a more traditional commercial marketplace for most patients at the end of the year.
In Gaza, the death toll is approaching 3,000 people.
As ABC's Rihanna Ali tells us, Hamas has reportedly been fighting efforts to restore water and help civilians evacuate.
This morning, truckloads of aid were still idling at the Gaza-Egypt border, with diplomatic efforts to open the Rafah border crossing ongoing. Egypt has said the crossing is not officially closed, but was made inoperable due to Israeli airstrikes.
Everything is getting worse. We're really exhausted, and we can't tolerate more, but we can do nothing. We have to stay in our houses.
People in Gaza have been pleading for water, food, and fuel after all routes out of the territory were closed ahead of a looming ground invasion by Israeli troops. Hospitals are on the verge of losing electricity, threatening the lives of thousands of patients. The director of one hospital in Gaza City telling ABC News last night the only generator that supplies electricity may run out of fuel within hours, and then the hospital will be a mass grave. Authorities in Gaza say Israeli airstrikes have now killed more than 2,700 people, but at least 1,200 people are still believed to be buried under rubble. More than 3,700 residential buildings have been destroyed.
We have been very patient, very clear, very patient, very tolerant about the humanitarian situation, because we have said, and we stand by this, the civilians are not our enemies, Hamas is.
The State Department now says nearly 1,000 U.S. citizens and their immediate family members have departed Israel on government-chartered flights, and more than 4,000 seats were made available to Americans by air and sea. Adela Schutzberg is traveling via ship to Cyprus with her 2 children, hoping to reach Dallas by tomorrow.
I'm constantly on edge, and I can't do that to my kids. I can't let them live like this.
Rihanna Ali, ABC News, New York.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken announced an agreement last night with Israel to develop a plan that would allow aid into Gaza and set up safe zones. We'll continue to monitor the latest.
It is now 9:06, still ahead on GMSA at 9.
The Cowboys come back to win on Monday Night Football. We have the highlights a little later in the show.
Plus, if you're planning your holiday travel, get ready for busy roadways and airports. What experts are predicting about this season's travel and how that information can help you plan your trip. Welcome back. It is 9:10. Inflation is forcing people to rethink their holiday travel plans.
Many travelers are now considering a car instead of a plane to their destination. And despite costs, more people expect to travel this year than in 2022.
In fact, according to one analyst, this will be the busiest holiday travel season in at least 4 years. CNN's Mike Valero talks to that analyst about the latest industry trends to help you plan your holiday trip.
The holiday season is quickly approaching, and inflation is impacting travel options for many Americans. A new survey from Bankrate found most travelers are looking for ways to take a trip without breaking the bank.
77% of holiday travelers are making adjustments, but they don't want to skip the trip entirely. They're willing to drive instead of fly. They're willing to stay in cheaper accommodations or pick cheaper activities.
Bankrate senior industry analyst Ted Rossman says you may find deals if you have flexible travel days.
Could you go earlier? Could you stay later? If you're willing to fly the morning of Thanksgiving, that actually might be a big cost savings opportunity. And hopefully you still get there in time for the family dinner.
And make your money work for you.
Take stock of your rewards points and miles, whether it's cashback credit card rewards or airline miles or hotel points. You may be sitting on more value than you realize.
Another concern for travelers, flight delays and cancellations, especially after a rough holiday travel season last year. But you can book with a credit card that has strong travel insurance protections.
A lot of cards will include these at no added cost, and they help with everything from damaged rental cars to canceled or delayed flights, lost or delayed luggage.
Just a few steps you can take to make sure your holidays are as happy and stress-free as possible. For Consumer Watch, I'm Mike Valerio.
And for travelers' sake, we can only hope that this is what the weather looks like when Thanksgiving rolls around and Christmas rolls around and people are getting on airplanes and driving cars.
Absolutely.
This is what it's like.
Gorgeous weather out there, but it is a little, I don't know. It's kind of sad because we're going to be in the 90s by Friday. So, counting down the days until we warm up again. But this is that time of year, where we have cooler days and warmer days. It's nothing too out of the ordinary.
I'll take it.
That's what October's about.
Absolutely.
Just as long as when Halloween rolls around, you're not losing your candy because it's melted.
Absolutely.
That's all we care about.
Absolutely. Now, hey, guess what? This morning, take a look at these morning lows that we saw out there this morning across South Central Texas and San Antonio. It was in the 30s up in the Hill Country, 38 in Kerrville, 37 in Boerne, 39 in Comfort. In San Antonio, we clocked in at 47 this morning and 39 in Bulverde. It was 43 in Hondo and 42 in Seguin, 45 in New Braunfels. In fact, with a morning low of 47, 13 degrees below the seasonal average. We were the coolest since March 20th, 211 days ago. Oh my goodness, yes. But, here's the thing. We're going to have one more cool morning, or chilly morning rather, at 50 degrees tomorrow. And then by Thursday morning, our mornings are going to be much closer to the average of 60 degrees. Cool, but not necessarily chilly, and you won't really want that sweater in the morning hours. It's already 56 degrees. So in the span of an hour, we've seen temperatures rise by 9 degrees. The reason for that, the dry air. Dew points in the 40s, humidity at 57%. Dry air warms up and cools down really easily, and so we can expect a quick warm up throughout the day today. Here's your KSAT 12-hour forecast. It shows that quick warm up. By noon, we're already going to be at 70 degrees. So a very quick warm up in the span of just a few hours. Winds today will be turning from the north to the south, very light at about 5 miles per hour. 78 this afternoon for the high at around 4 or 5 o'clock. Very nice day and a nice and cool evening. Again, with the dry air in place, we're going to quickly cool down after sunset. We're going to be in the mid 60s by 9 p.m. tonight. Here's a look at neighborhood highs around South Central Texas, about 4 degrees cooler than the seasonable average. 83 in Del Rio, 77 in Uvalde, 78 in Pleasanton, 77 in Kerrville, 78 in Canyon Lake, 77 in Beeville. Gonzales, you'll be at 77 degrees and 78 here in San Antonio. All right, let's take a moment and talk about the weather setup. Very quiet across the state of Texas, hardly a cloud in the sky across the state. We've got a high pressure system in place, and usually, over the summer months when we were talking about this high, it would mean very hot weather. But this air mass actually originated from the Rocky Mountains, so it's nice and cool around this high. And you can see that temperatures stretch all the way into the 40s up to the north, nice and cool around this area of high pressure. Now this high will be moving off to the east, so it's got very dry air in place right now over San Antonio. But as this high moves off to the east, air moves in a clockwise fashion around a high pressure system, so it's going to pull in a little bit of that Gulf of Mexico moisture. by Thursday morning. That's the reason why our morning lows are going to get a little warmer, is our dew points are not going to be as low. Now, it's not necessarily going to feel humid outside, but it's not going to feel as dry as it is out there right now. Right now it's so dry, it's desert air, it's chapstick weather. By Thursday, dew points will be likely in the upper 50s and low 60s, and so not that bad out there, but it is going to warm up very quickly. By Friday, we're going to be at 94 degrees with mostly sunny skies. And over the weekend, mornings in the 60s, afternoons in the low 90s, well above average, but not too bad. Just a warm weekend in store for us. Hey, coming up, 25th anniversary of the 1998 floods.
Ooh.
So we've got a firsthand account from our meteorologist, Mike Osterhage. You're going to want to hear about that. And of course, we'll talk about how beyond the next 7 days, there's a small chance for rain as well.
That flood wiped out an entire neighborhood.
Unfortunately, it did.
South of town. Yeah.
Thanks, Aaron.
Amazing. All right, it's 9:17 and it is 56 degrees.
The area where the pig stand used to be downtown is prime real estate. So what's going to be done with that location now? Patty Santos explains after the break.
It has been just over 7 months since the iconic Pigskin Classic closed, and the real estate at Broadway Casablanca is in a pretty prime location.
Yeah, that Pigskin is just across from the Pearl, right next to the Government Hill neighborhood. And as Patty Santos explains, there are some questions about one developer's big proposal for that area.
The corner where the Pig Stand restaurant once stood for 100 years could become San Antonio's next entertainment, shopping, and dining hotspot. These images by a marketing firm show a grand vision set that could become the BESA district. The proposal would bring multifamily housing, restaurants, entertainment, and a hotel on the southeast corner of Broadway in Casablanca. City staff are expected to recommend a request zoning change for the project Tuesday, but that corner is just part of a greater vision the developer has.
How is this development going to get back to the community?
Government Hill Alliance Neighborhood Association President Rose Hill has a lot of questions about a proposal that could bring high-end retailers like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, and a hotel to an area that borders her neighborhood.
We just need to know what's going to be here, and parking, adequate parking, and what kind of retail stores are we talking about? Because it's got to be also something that the people in this neighborhood can afford.
Hill says she's concerned that the developer or the city had not reached out to the neighborhood association ahead of Tuesday's meeting.
Communication is a key factor, and keeping a good relationship with any kind of partners, especially developers. If they don't communicate with us, it sends a bad message.
The development would be along the border of Districts 1 and 2. Staff for District 2 Councilman Jalen McKee Rodriguez told KSAT their office had not been approached by the developer. District 1 Councilwoman Sue Kaur said she just learned about the overall project.
I always think it's important to make sure we're mitigating any consequences when it comes to development, making sure we're talking to residents and ensuring that their quality of life, that they won't be pushed out of their neighborhoods, that we're keeping people in homes as we create more housing for folks.
According to the marketing details, the project could be done in 2 phases, with the first starting in 2024. The plan also includes other properties already owned by the developer around the area. We reached out to the developer Gray Street Partners and the marketing firm Shop Company several times over the past week, but we have not heard back. Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
Stand was a classic, I'm telling you. Going to be missed. They had a great chef salad, too. San Antonio Startup Week is underway. It's been around since 2016 as an opportunity to help local businesses and entrepreneurs. Part of it includes business pitch competitions. Max Massey explains what this week means for current small businesses and the potential for the future of our city.
How to better develop your business, how to meet other people, how to network. It's definitely a place to learn as a business owner and as an entrepreneur.
Sage Thomas is an entrepreneur with Texas Fashion Week, one of the hundreds of people filling up the top of the Frost Tower on day one of Startup Week.
It brings together all sorts of people from all different walks of life that support innovation, entrepreneurship, and just the social impact that we're seeing across the whole entire city.
Geekdom CEO Charles Wooden sees firsthand companies beginning as startups and flourishing.
There are more people interested in starting something new, building on an idea that they've already had or their side hustle.
One of these companies that started something new, Iris.
We developed the 311 SA app here in San Antonio.
Beto Altamirano started Iris and tells me in 2016 they had a small office in geekdom. But today,
now we work with the DoD on data analytics. We also work with engineering companies that are studying the built environment, to better understand the infrastructure of cities.
The city of San Antonio is clearly growing, especially this part of downtown. So the purpose of San Antonio Startup Week, set that foundation, make sure entrepreneurs and local businesses can grow with our city.
Supporting startups further along their journey and supporting small businesses no matter what stage of growth that they're at, to be able to find the resources that exist here in San Antonio.
Wooden says there has been immense progress in the support. 2 years ago, there was a goal of launching 500 startups. And again, just 2 years later, they are already at 279. As for Beto and Iris, they are thriving, and he has advice for any entrepreneur out there.
But we got to try. We got to try, and try again. And we can't give up.
Max Massey, KSAT 12 News.
And make sure to check out our KSAT Money section on KSAT.com. Right now, digital journalist Ivan Herrera has 2 Q&As that you can watch about Startup Week. One has general information about the event, and the other is a conversation with the social butterfly gal who will be hosting a session during Startup Week. Just head to KSAT.com to check out those videos.
9:25, a lot more ahead on GMSA at 9.
Including a recap of the Rangers and Astros game last night as the ALCS heads to Arlington for Game 3 tomorrow night.
Plus, you need to be very careful what you find online if you're looking for answers to any health or medical questions. Coming up after the break, we're going to be speaking with a Consumer Reports experts about how to tell what is credible information and what isn't.
And a look outside with TransGuide. The roads look clear. We'll be right back.
Outside with Live Cam, absolutely Chamber of Commerce Day. This is why people move to San Antonio. Not for that 105, but for this right here.
No, exactly. This is what our winter typically looks like in San Antonio. So this is what we have to look forward to later on this year. The aquifer, though, is struggling. The aquifer is down 0.4 foot over the past 24 hours, more than 30 feet below the monthly average. We got the pollen count back today, and ragweed is the pollen that would be causing issues. It's moderate. Molds, pigweed, and fall elm are low. Hey, we've been remembering today is the start of the 25th anniversary of the 1998 floods in October. Here's a look at some of the footage from KSAT here. You can see just how devastating this was. From October 17th to the 20th, 15 to 30 inches of rain fell from San Antonio to San Marcos. Unfortunately, there were 31 fatalities, over 12,000 structures were damaged, and $1.4 billion in damages was done. That is accounted for inflation. By the way, please scan this QR code if you want to watch footage, archival footage, and get a first-hand account from meteorologist Mike Osterhage, who was here and covering that devastating day. Back here in San Antonio today, it is going to be a nice, beautiful day outside. Tons of sunshine, 78 degrees, winds switching from the north to the south at 5 miles per hour. Hints of a weather pattern change late next week that could result in some rain for us. Details ahead.
All right, Sarah, thank you. Here's a look at some traffic. And, if you don't have your sunglasses, you better get them before you walk out the door, and you better use your sunshade if you're going into the sun, because it is bright.
But it's a nice day to roll down the windows. Beautiful Tuesday.
All right, when you're sick or a health issue comes up, you may be quick to just Google it to try to find out what's wrong, figure out what to do, but can you trust that information that you're reading online?
Joining us this morning to talk more about that is Catherine Roberts, an associate health editor at Consumer Reports. Good morning, Catherine. Like David just mentioned, most people start with a Google search when they want to research their health symptoms. Is this a good place to start?
So it's not always the best place to start when you're looking for trustworthy information. A kind of a better strategy is to go for some sites that are more trustworthy when it comes to, accurate medical information. And that's sites like groups from sites like the CDC or the NIH, the National Institutes of Health, the American Heart Association, the National Cancer Institute. Any of those websites are really good spots to start.
Okay, let's say we don't end up on some of those websites, but what are some of the red flags we should be looking out for when we all do those researches for our health?
Yeah, so one big one to watch out for, just advice from random users. As we all know, anyone can pretty much post anything on the internet. So, someone posting some advice, you don't know who they are. I would regard that with a higher degree of skepticism. People selling you a product. So you might get targeted with ads in the midst of your search or after your search. Those products you see might not be benign. For certain supplements, for example, can cause liver damage. So you want to be skeptical when products are advertised to you as health cure-alls. Another one to look out for, counterintuitive advice, something that seems really normal and common, like a procedure being called really unsafe by someone on the internet. Don't just write that procedure off. Bring those concerns to your doctor and talk them through. And then the last one is, advice generated by AI. Asking ChatGPT about your symptoms isn't much better than Googling. AI can generate this false but really scientific sounding information that can be really misleading.
We see AI growing. Now, what about the online symptom checkers? Are they a reliable way of narrowing down a potential illness?
Not always. Those symptom checkers aren't necessarily always accurate. There's actually some research on this that shows symptom checkers tend to err on the side of caution. And so they might advise you to seek medical attention when really self-care is all you need. So if you use one, just take it as kind of one factor when you're trying to decide whether to visit a doctor or clinic.
All right, so you've gone a couple of websites, you've collected a little bit of information. So what should you do with all that information that you now have?
Yeah, I would use it to come up with a list of questions for your doctor about your health, or maybe to understand, if you've got a procedure coming up, that's a good way to use that information, kind of learn more about what the experience is going to be like, how to care for yourself after, you have a surgery or something like that. And I would say don't be afraid to ask your doctor about what you find online. At this point, doctors really should be used to people looking for information online. So they should be able to have that discussion with you.
Great information, Catherine. We know we're heading into the cold and flu season, so we know a lot of people are going to be getting online trying to figure out if there's some kind of secret remedy to take care of it. But that's some great information to be careful and watch for those red flags when you are searching those websites. Thank you very much, and we appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Now, parents are not holding back as they fight to keep their schools open. San Antonio ISD board members held a meeting last night and are holding another one this evening. It's all about the district's right-sizing proposal. Last night, it was a packed house at SAISD headquarters. The school district is considering a proposal that would eventually close 19 campuses due to low enrollment. Parents and community members had a chance to share their thoughts on the proposal and the process.
A vote for yes in November is a vote against community. A vote no is a promise for engagement and more meaningful conversation that respects the values of all stakeholders and equal partners in our students' education.
It's profit over education, profit over people. We need education. You're destroying the future of the students. By closing, it's going to be a dog fight.
SAISD is holding 9 public meetings until the board votes. The next one is today at Huppert's Elementary at 6 p.m. The board will vote on the proposal November 13th.
It is now 9:36. You are watching GMSA at 9.
We mentioned the Cowboys and the Rangers, but we can't forget the Spurs. Coming up in your morning sports, highlights from their preseason matchup against the Rockets.
And the animals at the zoo are loving this weather, especially the ducks. I wonder if the water got cold at all.
They're enjoying that water, those flamingos.
Warm. The flamingos are hanging out.
Beautiful morning. We'll be right back.
Day of the Dead dates back to pre-Columbian, pre-Hispanic, indigenous traditions in Mexico. The Aztecs, as they conquered people, incorporated their traditions into the Aztec pantheon. So we know that these are borrowings from Mesoamerican peoples. So one of the questions is why these dates? October 31st, November 1st, November 2nd. It is because that the ancient calendar, the ancient sacred calendar, these are what are known as cross-quarter days. They fall exactly between fall equinox and winter solstice. So this is exactly the midpoint. And it is understood by ancient peoples that this is the moment when the veil that separates the world of the living and the world of the dead is at its thinnest. What's interesting, of course, is that it's not unique only to Mexico, this moment of linking back to ancestors. So it happens that in Japan and Shinto traditions it's Obon, in Celtic traditions it's Samain. As the sun is losing the battle and the night is gaining, it's universally felt that this is the resurgence of the domain of the dead and our ancestors.
Welcome back.
If I'm not mistaken, the infrastructure, we were talking about the flood of 98.
25 years
There
ago.
was some downtown infrastructure that was built before that flood, if I'm not mistaken. But also that flood led to a lot of other infrastructure projects, like Leon Creek used to flood. I mean, you could like just run your hose in it for about 10 minutes.
It still floods, but I mean, it
there's
used
a bridge
to,
over
absolutely.
now, the creek from behind the Ingram Park Mall.
Yeah.
I mean, there was always somebody getting caught in there, always getting swept down that creek. And some other places around San Antonio and Bexar County have also been built up because of that flood. So.
Absolutely. And I think it's a stark reminder, too, that our droughts often end in floods in South Central Texas. And, over the next 7 days, 0 rain chance for us, really, honestly, across South Central Texas. No rain chance for us over the next 7 days. It's just going to be fairly sunny with beautiful weather. However, you can see that we desperately need the rain. We were speaking about droughts, and you can see exceptional drought, the worst case scenario drought all across San Antonio and Bexar County, up toward New Braunfels, Canyon Lake, Kendall County, Kerr County, Fredericksburg, up toward Austin. Worst case scenario drought, and 75% of the state is in drought as well. There is a little hope for a weather pattern change next week. What I'm showing you here is the Climate Prediction Center's 8 to 14 day precipitation outlook, specifically from October 25th to October 31st. So this is next week into early the following week, October 31st, where we are seeing some hints that we could see above average precipitation for a good chunk of the state of Texas. And one of the reasons for that possibility is a Pacific tropical system. Now, right now it has yet to develop, but Tropical Storm Margot will likely develop in the Pacific, and we often get in October some Pacific moisture from these storms. And so that is a possibility, again, next week, not over the next 7 days, but next week. We will keep you posted as things become a little bit clearer in the forecast. But for now, I mean, the weather has just been wonderful. This morning's lows were cold, 47 in San Antonio, 37 in Bernie, and 38 in Kerrville. The average low this time of year is 60 degrees. This is the coldest we were since March of this year. So unfortunately, we are going to be seeing more seasonable lows in the coming days. We've got one more chilly morning tomorrow, Wednesday morning, but then by Thursday, Friday, Saturday into the weekend, we're going to see our morning lows in the cool, but not necessarily chilly, in the low to mid 60s as we see dew points come up a little bit. So here's a look at outside right now. It is 56 degrees, totally sunny. We've got low humidity in place, and that low humidity allows for the air to warm up quickly. And so as we look ahead to the day today, we're already close to 60 degrees right now. So temperatures have already gone up by some 13 degrees since sunrise. By noon, it's going to be 70, and in the afternoon, 78 degrees for the high. For 5 o'clock, 78. And as I mentioned, dry air warms up easily. It also cools down quickly. So we're going to have another chilly morning tomorrow morning. Our Temperatures this evening are quickly going to dip after sunset. Here's a look at forecast highs in our neighborhoods. 77 in Bernie, 77 Bulverde, 79 in Canyon Lake, 79 in Hondo, 79 in Castroville, 79 in Nixon Smiley, 78 in Utopia. Enjoy the nice weather while it lasts, because we're quickly going to see a warm up. You can see that temperatures are going to climb. Tomorrow will be in the low 80s. By Friday, the low to mid 90s through the weekend as well. It's going to be a warm weekend for us. And again, those morning lows, one more chilly morning tomorrow, and then morning lows will be cool but not chilly for the remainder of the week and into the weekend. Hoping for a change as far as rain goes later next week, guys.
I know my hair is loving this weather.
Me too, Tiffany. Let's just take a moment to appreciate it. Thanks, low humidity.
Thank you.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
Hey, nothing like it. Monday Night Football. Howard Cosell, Dandy Don Meredith. Well, I went old school on you, didn't I? All right, now it's Joe Buck, Troy Aikman. It's Cowboys and Chargers. And before those two could even start the game, a little bit of action right there. Ooh, look at all that. Yeah. The Chargers warm up right in front of the tunnel where the Cowboys came out. Austin Eckler got his helmet knocked off. So here we go. Chargers opening drive. Justin Herbert finds Keenan Allen. Touchdown. Chargers up 7-0. Dallas comes right back, though. Dak needed a solid game after last week. Nice option read, keeps it. Chargers defensive backs caught in the wrong place. Prescott in the right place, the end zone. 18 yards, tied at 7. Go to the fourth quarter. Tied at 10. Dak back. Nice block from Tony Pollard. Dak to the end zone. Perfect spot for Brandon Cooks. Touchdown. Cowboys up 17-10. Then a big oops. They muffed a punt. Chargers take advantage. Herbert connects with Gerald Everett, 4th and goal. That tied it at 17. Cowboys drive back down the field. Brandon Aubrey for a 39-yarder. It's 2017 Dallas. Chargers with time, though, but Herbert is under a heavy rush. Lets it go. It's a lame duck picked off by Stephon Gilbert. Cowboys win it 2017.
Yeah, definitely. I think this is, part of the definition of a complementary football team. The offense picks up for the defense picks up for the, for the offense and special teams all the way around. So, there's plays that need to be made, especially down the stretch. And it was, it was a bumpy game out there. There's about 20, 21 penalties called, a lot of back and forth, a lot of resetting your jaw and just keep fighting. And I thought our men did a really good job there.
All right, so the Cowboys are now 4-2 on the season. They have a bye week this coming weekend. Then they face the Rams on the 29th. Hey, the Houston Astros have struggled at home all season. Already lost game 1 to the Rangers in the American League Championship Series. Astros looking to tie up that series at a game apiece. But once again, the Rangers swinging some hot bats. Aroldis Garcia drills one into right. That'll bring Corey Seager home from third. That's 2-0 already. Stros starting pitcher Freeman Valdez was in even more trouble when Mitch Carver got a hold of one. That drops in. Robbie Grossman comes in. The Rangers got 4 in the top of the first. Bottom of the second, Yordan Alvarez. That's a 420-footer. He wasn't done there. 2-run game in the bottom of the 8th, and it's Alvarez again. That's another long shot, but that's as close as the Rangers would get, 5-4. Jose Leclerc gets Jose Altuve to pop up to end it. Rangers take game 2, 5-4 is that final. And game 3 of the ACLs will now be tomorrow night. Get a day off today to travel. Not like they have far to go. 7:03 tomorrow night. It's the best of 7 once again. The Rangers lead 2-0. In LCS, Game 1, Phillies beat the Diamondbacks 5-3. Game 2 tonight at 7:07. Hey, the Spurs played their third preseason game last night without Wemby and a couple of other players, but that's no problem for some of the Spurs veterans who were fighting for a spot and playing time. Guys like Zach Collins getting the rebound coming up here. He finished with a two-handed slam. Where's Zach? There you go. Ooh, nice. Bam. That's it. That's being in the right place at the right time. Second half, Keldon Johnson getting in the lane. Right to the rack. Got the bucket and the free throw. That made it a 14-point lead, but when the benches were emptied so all the other young guys could play, the Rockets made a comeback. Pop's former assistant, Ime Udoka, gets back at his old team. Hey, it's just preseason. Rockets win it 99-89. It's just preseason. So next game tomorrow night against the Rockets again here at the Frost Bank Center. Tip-off once again is at 7 o'clock. And I'll repeat it. It's just preseason.
I like how you did A.
And Wimby didn't play.
Okay.
So there you go.
Yeah, we'll give you that.
All right.
All right, time now, 9:50, 59 degrees. We'll be right back.
In your morning headlines, the federal government will no longer be allowed to separate migrant families if a federal court approves a new settlement. The deal was reached between the Biden administration and the ACLU yesterday. It forbids any families from being separated for an 8-year period, except in limited circumstances like when someone has committed a serious felony. The settlement also sets up support for families who were previously separated but does not provide monetary compensation.
The White House is reviewing an FDA plan to ban menthol cigarettes and flavored cigars. Approval from the Office of Management and Budget is the last step before finalization, but it's unclear when exactly that could happen. Scientists say menthol makes smoking more addictive and appealing to young people. The CDC reports more than half of kids who smoke use menthol products. Experts predict the tobacco industry will fight it in court if it gets a final approval.
Hey, coming up tomorrow on GMSA at 9, we're hitting the road again. Sarah Spive and myself will be at Baskin Elementary for a new Science with Sarah experiment. They're second graders. They're getting ready. What do we got? Are you going to tip them off?
We're getting ready for Halloween.
Do we want to give it away?
So we will be making magnetic spider webs with second graders there. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Itsy
So make sure to
spider.
Oh, I love that song.
The water.
My daughter loves that song. He was actually doing it, so I'm glad that we caught that.
Way to go.
I was with the grandkids for the weekend.
Of course. These are second graders, though, David, so I think that song might be a little too young for
A little too young? Okay.
No. Please do it tomorrow. That's going to be fun.
I was with a 4-year-old and lower, so
yeah, it's true.
What are you going to do? All right, there's a mess. That's at 410 and Blanco Road. Everything is moving very slow, if it's moving at all. What's that, 3 right lanes? Don't look like they're moving. You can see those 2 box trucks. They're not moving at all.
Please be careful if you're heading that way.
Absolutely. Okay, well, as far as the forecast goes, it's already 60 degrees in San Antonio. So we started at 47, already 60 degrees. That's a great indication of the fact that it's going to warm up quickly today. Temperatures already in the low 60s out in Castroville, New Braunfels. It is still in the 50s, though, in the hill country. At noon, we'll already be at 70. In the afternoon, we'll be in the 70s, 78 for the high. North winds are going to change to the south at 5 miles per hour. So a light breeze today, low humidity, quick drop in temperature after the sun sets. By tomorrow morning, we're going to be at 50 degrees. So another chilly morning tomorrow. One of those days where light sweater in the morning, especially if your kids have early morning bus stop. And then by the afternoon, though, we're going to be in the 80s. Back to the 90s. And I'm not talking about the decade on Friday through Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be a warm weekend for us. A little taste of the end of summer there as we enjoy that weekend forecast.
One more taste.
Yeah, at least
we're not done yet.
Right. Humidity will be low, though, so it'll be a dry heat. I guess there's some to look forward to.
We'll see you back here at noon.